In a small village of Umwezi, nestled in the heart of eastern Nigeria, life flowed at a gentle pace. The villagers were a close-knit community, sharing in each other's joys and sorrows. In this village lived a young girl named Chioma. At 26 years old, Chioma was the embodiment of grace and kindness. Her dark, expressive eyes held a depth of wisdom far beyond her years, and her gentle smile had a way of soothing the souls of those around her. However, Chioma's life was not as idyllic as it appeared. Her mother had passed away during childbirth, leaving her father, Nnamdi, heartbroken and lonely. To fill the void, Nnamdi remarried a woman named Adamma, who brought her daughter, Amaka, into the marriage. Amaka was almost the same age as Chioma, but that was where their similarities ended. Adamma, the stepmother, harbored a deep-seated resentment towards Chioma. She saw in Chioma a reminder of Nnamdi's first wife, a woman she could never replace in his heart. This resentment only grew as the villagers showered Chioma with love and affection. Chioma's humility, intelligence, and beauty made her a favorite among the villagers, from the elderly women who doted on her to the young children who admired her. Amaka, influenced by her mother's bitterness, became increasingly jealous of Chioma, no matter how hard she tried. Amaka could never match Chioma's academic prowess or her natural charm. The villagers often praised Chioma for her success in school, which only fueled the fire of jealousy burning within Amaka and her mother. Adamma and Amaka's jealousy soon turned into cruelty. They assigned Chioma the hardest chores, making her cook, clean, and fetch water from the distant stream, while Amaka was free to do as she pleased. They mocked her, cursed her, and treated her as little more than a servant in her own home. Yet, Chioma endured it all with a quiet dignity, never once retaliating or speaking ill of them. One day, as Chioma was returning from the stream with a heavy pot of water balanced on her head, she stumbled and fell, spilling the water onto the dusty ground. Exhausted from the day's work, tears welled up in her eyes as she struggled to get back on her feet. But before she could even move, Adamma appeared, her face twisted with anger. "You useless girl," Adamma screamed, raising her hand to strike Chioma. "Can't you do anything right? Look at the mess you have made." Chioma braced herself for the blow, but it never came. Instead, she heard the familiar voice of the village elder, Nze, who had been passing by. "Adamma, have you no shame?" Nze's voice was stern. "This girl is the reason you have peace in your home. Without her, who would do all the work you pile on her?" Adamma, taken aback by Nze's intervention, muttered something under her breath and walked away. Dragging Amaka with her, Chioma managed to stand up, her heart heavy. but she thanked Nze for his kindness. As she walked home, Chioma couldn't help but wonder how long she could endure such treatment. Time passed and Chioma's plight worsened. One day, a wealthy trader from the neighboring town visited Umwezi. He was a man of great influence, known for his generosity and sharp business acumen. His name was Chief Okafo, and he was in search of a wife. The villagers, knowing of Chioma's beauty and virtue, suggested her to the chief. When Chief Okafo saw Chioma, he was captivated by her grace and humility. He spoke to Nnamdi about his intentions. And Nnamdi, though hesitant due to the turmoil in his household, agreed to the marriage, believing it would give Chioma a better life. Adamma and Amaka were furious when they heard the news. They couldn't bear the thoughts of Chioma rising above them. In a fit of jealousy, Amaka concocted a plan with her mother to sabotage the marriage. They spread vicious rumors about Chioma, claiming she was cursed and that any man who married her would face ruin. The rumors quickly reached Chief Okafo, who began to doubt his decision. He sent word to Chioma that he needed more time to think. Chioma was heartbroken but remained silent, trusting that whatever was meant to be would be. Meanwhile, Amaka, feeling triumphant, began to brag to her friends that she had saved the chief from making a terrible mistake. Her arrogance grew, and she even began to flaunt herself before the chief, hoping to catch his eye. But the gods of Umwezi, it seemed, were watching. Strange things began to happen in Adamma's household. Amaka started falling ill frequently, plagued by a mysterious sickness that no herbalist could cure. Adamma too began to suffer, her beauty fading and her body growing weaker by the day. The villagers who had heard of the rumors they spread started to whisper that the sickness was a punishment for their wickedness. Chioma, ever compassionate, tended to her stepmother and stepsister, despite their past cruelty. She spent hours by their bedside, praying and caring for them as if they were her own family. Slowly, Amaka and Adamma began to recover, but the experience changed them. They realized the depth of Chioma's kindness, and guilt consumed them. One evening, as Chioma sat by the fire, Amaka approached her, tears in her eyes. "Chioma," she began, her voice trembling, "I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I beg you to give it. I have wronged you in so many ways. And yet, here you are taking care of me when I don't deserve it." Chioma looked at Amaka, her eyes filled with empathy. "Amaka," she said softly, "everyone makes mistakes. What matters is that we learn from them. and strive to be better. I forgive you. Adamma, who had been listening from the doorway, fell to her knees. Overcome with emotion, Chioma, I was blinded by jealousy, but you have shown me what true strength is. I have treated you so poorly, and yet you still choose to help us. I am sorry, Chioma. I am so sorry. The days that followed were marked by a transformation in Adamma and Amaka. They began treating each other with respect and love she deserved. The villagers noticed the change and they praised Chioma even more, seeing her as a symbol of forgiveness and grace. As for Chief Okafor, the rumors eventually reached his ears that the strange happenings in Adamma's household were a sign of divine retribution. Realizing the truth, he returned to Umueze, seeking out Chioma once more. This time, there were no doubts in his mind. He proposed to Chioma and she accepted. The wedding was a grand affair, attended by everyone in the village. As Chioma stood before her people, her heart swelled with gratitude. She had endured much, but in the end, her kindness and patience had won. Adamma and Amaka, now truly repentant, stood by her side, offering their blessings. In the years that followed, Chioma and Chief Okafor lived a happy and prosperous life. But Chioma never forgot the lessons she had learned in Umueze. She continued to be a beacon of kindness and humility, teaching others that no matter how much darkness they faced, there was always a light within them that could guide the way. And so the story of Chioma became a legend in Umueze, a tale passed down from generation to generation, reminding everyone that what goes around truly comes around. The villagers learned that kindness and patience could overcome even the greatest of hardships, and that in the end, the heart that forgives is the heart that triumphs. The story of Chioma teaches us that no matter how much we are wronged, responding with kindness and forgiveness can change even the hardest of hearts. What goes around comes around, and those who spread kindness will find it returned to them in abundance.